Hello friends and welcome to another Pauper League. Today we're going to be experimenting with something new and fresh, although also very familiar. We're playing the new Kessig Storm deck, which revolves around these two humans here, which are going to deal a damage to each opponent whenever we cast a non-creature spell, and the rest of our deck, besides a few lands here, are all non-creature spells. And we're looking to just draw cards, make mana, and draw cards. So yeah, for the most part, this deck looks very similar to Chatterstorm, except instead of the namesake card Chatterstorm, and instead of First Day of Class, we're running these two. And most everything is the same as it used to be. As far as the sideboard goes, Weather the Storm seems pretty good if we're storming off and we need to gain some life. Fiery Cannonade to buy us a little bit of time against aggressive creature strategies. Flaring Pain to get through something like Prismatic Strands. Pyroblast, always a wonderful option when you're running mountains. We're running Gorilla Shaman against Affinity. We'll see how that works. Used to be pretty much a lights out when we drop this card against Affinity, but it's not that way anymore because of the bridges. And then we also just have some Darkness, again, to buy us a little bit of time against a aggressive creature strategy. Alright, we're going to try this one. We'll start with a land pass, see what we draw. Ooh, Divest taking the Archer. That's actually kind of brutal. Oh, and no land on the Impulse. That is painful. So they're going to cycle for a Swamp. I'm trying to figure out what deck they're playing here. Might just be a Rakdos control kind of list, but it could also be Mugworts. Oh, they're going to abrade the Chromatic Star? Is that what happened? I mean, that just lets us draw a card for free, basically, so I have no problem with that, that's for sure. Although playing the Flame Breather here is a little bit awkward, because then we just have a single black mana left. Let's Night's Whisper, see if we can find another land. Ton of red cards, no red mana. Maybe we should have cast Faithless Looting there. I'm not sure about that. Like, we can get a bunch of black mana with this Cabal Ritual, but it doesn't do anything. We're stuck on black mana with red cards. I don't think I'm really want to even change anything, though, about the sideboard. Guess Echoing Truth might be okay against Gurmag Angler, but Oh, hey there. It's going all right. How you doing? Oh, with a duress this time? So they end up taking the Faithless Looting. I was hoping to draw another land. Let's see if we can put anything together here. Okay. Not the worst. We're basically out of cards, though. I think I'm going to leave the star in hand for next turn. Not a fan of that. I think we'll probably cycle some mana through the star here, and then Faithless Looting. Not a fan of that draw either. Let's loot. And we're out. Here comes the Gurmag Angler, so they have a clock. They're able to start crushing in with a 5/5 fish. And Boarding Party won't be too far off as well. Ooh, the Terminate. I wanted to keep my creatures. They were important. That's how I do my damage. Now we're just going to take a ton. Now I can't really block. So we just need a bunch of draws here. We don't get it. Not a fan. I think we'll probably just put this down turn one. Oh, with the Duress, though? Alright, so opponents set up their turn 2 ninja. Oh, that's not bad. I like that this turn. There's a Fairy Seer we knew about, which means they don't have Spellstar Sprite up anymore. Kind of wish I had played the Mountain earlier so that I could Reckless Impulse, and then if we don't find land, play the Duress. Oh, we got the Chromatic Star, so that's at least something else we can play. Alright, let's start with Impulse here. No land. Alright, Fairy Seer incoming. Let's see if they turn that into a ninja as well. That's a no. This must be a removal spell. Another Reckless Impulse, so that's all four. Alright, so we use the Chromatic Star, that gets us to 5. I'm just trying to think, like, can we get this Cabal Ritual to go for 5? I don't think we can. Just really would have liked to have been able to cast that for big mana after we got the Flamebreather down, obviously. Doesn't look like that's going to work. Could cycle the Chromatic Star first. Manamorphose. Oh, it makes things a little bit interesting, huh? So we can go for the... tricky. I have to cast the Manamorphose first. I just don't have enough red mana. I'll get a Dark Ritual, nice. Bunch of Lotus Petals. This time we're happy to see no lands. Yeah, we're going to take that. Also, good to know that they have Spell Stutter. So they're going to be able to replay the Fairy, then hold up Spell Stutter for 2. Maybe I shouldn't have been so fast to play that land. We might hit one off Reckless Impulse and want to play that one. Alright, let's get that Spell Stutter Sprite out of their hand. Pair of Faithless Looting, huh? Metamon, hello, hello, and a Happy New Year to you too. I think we might have this one. How about that? Very not bad. Okay, so we bring in the Pyroblasts for this one. I mean, Cannonade isn't the worst in this matchup. Being able to kill all of their fairies at instant speed has generally been pretty good for me. Question is, like, I'm really not sure what we're supposed to be cutting. It's one of the hard parts of learning a new deck. Learning how you're supposed to sideboard. And with a deck as new as this one, like, I don't think any sideboard guides exist. Although we could just, like, look backwards in time and, you know, check out how Chatterstorm used to sideboard versus Faeries. It would be probably very similar. Nice. Hey there, handsome. Yeah, found this one in the Pauper Discords. Another one of Raptors. Just wondering if I should Knight's Whisper this turn. If we do that, like, we're gonna have to discard a hand size, right? I guess I could Knight's Whisper and play the Chromatic Star. I could also do Star into Pinger. It kind of felt like they were holding up like a cast down or something, so if I had the Duress at that point, it would have felt a little bit safer to just put down one of my my Pingers. Then again, I got two, so that probably would have been fine. Yeah, exactly. Now we got red mana. All black mana for our all red hand. Oh, they're tapped out. And reveal no cards with Augur of Bolas. They're giving us an opportunity to do something here. So we have 4 mana without rituals, but we also have the Rite of Flames. I think this is a mini go for it turn. So this puts me to 3, 4, 5. Play Archer, play Morphose, play Relay. Ooh, the Snuff Out, though. That would have been why they felt so comfortable to tap out. Alright, we're just going to have to relay here. Manamorphose, Manamorphose. No rituals, though. So we're really looking to draw a ritual for turn here if we're going to be able to do anything with all this. I guess we got the, really need a land as well here. Okay, we got the Peat Bog. I was hoping for an untapped land so that we could hold up Pyroblast as we do our Manamorphoses. Oh, wow. Okay, they're just letting us go, huh? Oh, cancel that. Hold on. Duress first. Okay, not bad. Some pretty good setups where we've been able to storm into storm. This one gave us quite a few lands here. We're only going to be able to use one of them. But at least we do have another pinger, so if they do, like, find something... Alright, get rid of that Gurmag Angler. Okay. Taking down Counterspell, not too much good to them at the moment. And it looks like we're going to be able to get another turn where we're just going to do whatever we want, so that's a bonus. Alright, so how are we gonna do this here? We've got a bunch of red mana, so let's play the Swamp. Okay, opponent just concedes here. They don't want to wait for me to go through the combo, because it looks like it's pretty set up here, right? Like, we play the Firebrand Archer, we play the Dark Ritual, play the Night's Whisper, and we're pinging for 2 a turn. We've just drawn 2 cards. They don't know about the Lotus Petal in hand, but that's another 2 free damage. Not a great hand, but we're going to try it. Thriving Grove Blue is probably Tron. Wonder if we have a good matchup against Tron or not. Alright, they're tapping out. Oh, not quite tapped out, but enough that we don't need to worry about counter magic at the moment. Let's hope these 2 Manamorphose draw us into something good here, huh? Let's go red because we got the Peat Bog for black mana. Oh, Firebrand Archer. I like that one. So we tap the Peat Bog, play the Archer, play the Morphose again. Oh, they're gonna have Tron next turn, so not quite natty Tron because they play the Thriving Grove first, but they're really good at setting up Tron. Pauper Tron is almost as good as Modern Tron, if you can believe it, for getting their lands down. They get to play Crop Rotation, which is busted. Alright, we'll go black-red here and hope we draw something good. Not great. So we can go Cabal Ritual, and stall out. It's still 4 damage, but I think we're better off keeping the rituals for another turn and trying to, like, maybe draw a relay or something. We got these things down, which I think is going to be pretty good against Tron. Yeah, there's Crop Rotation, so they have it. Oh, wow, they threw away the power plant? They must have another power plant in hand. Yeah, okay. I mean, like, otherwise they would have thrown away the Thriving Grove and just had the Tron, but makes sense to do it that way. Look at this, all different arts. Disgusting. White border here, black border here, old border here. Pair of Bonder's Ornaments. They're going to be able to draw so many cards. They also just have counter magic up. Alright, there's the relay we were looking for. Can we wait? I think we have to, right? Because, like, Cabal Ritual, Relay, it's just 3 spells. It doesn't get us too much. Another Mole Drifter. All your cards are from different languages and sets. Commentators must have a real hard time with that. That's something that I was always really impressed by when I was watching coverage of Paper Magic, the way the commentators would be able to pick out the cards that aren't generally seen very much of, you know, like the how would you call that? Like the alternate arts and stuff. Another Cabal Ritual here is really unfortunate. Really wanted to be finding some cards to draw cards, you know? We use all these Cabal Rituals, like we have nothing to filter the mana into. I'm going to try and wait one more turn, see if we can find another spell. Maybe we are just supposed to go for it. Like, this is actually a lot of damage. This is like 8 damage right here. Half their life total. And then the relay will resolve. At least one of them will. Maybe we were supposed to go for it there. Oh, cool, they're playing with Boarding Party. So this is definitely a little bit different from what I'm used to seeing from Tron. They're usually a far more controlling setup, whereas this one is set up to cast some of the big spells of Pauper. Let's take the 8 damage. And get another land. Oh, man. The waiting really punished us here. Maybe I'm supposed to leave this Peat Bog in hand in case we get Faithless Looting. Oh no, we got Reckless Impulse here. I'm going to want the mana. And this is lethal if we don't block, so we're going to have to block the boarding party with the Flamebreather. Forgot they had the Chainer's Edict. Alright, we're playing against Tron. I don't think I actually want anything out of the sideboard here. We're going to resubmit same 60. So that is going to be one thing that we're going to have to learn as well, when to go off. Definitely waited a turn too long there. Could have went off with 2 creatures on the board instead of just the one. You know, triple Cabal Ritual into Galvanic Relay would have got 8 damage instead of just 4, and then would have been able to potentially do something with one of our creatures on board and having, you know, a few cards in exile. Definitely the difference between winning and losing there. Yeah, why not play a banned card? Yeah, the reason we're not playing Chatterstorm is because the card is not allowed in this format. Yeah, exactly. I did play that card and that deck quite a few times. If you're interested in seeing it, there's quite a few videos on my YouTube. But fortunately, that era has ended, and we've moved away from the Chatterstorm Affinity era to the Just Affinity era of Pauper. Same thing, Empty the Warren's also banned. Also, almost every card that says Storm is banned in Pauper. There are a few exceptions. Weather the Storm, Galvanic Relay, Reaping the Graves. I think there might be another one. This one has to be a mulligan. Alright, we can keep this one. I think we keep the Sandstone Needle. Get rid of the Mountain. Grape Shot is banned, yep. Not bad with a Peat Bog. So I can play the Flamebreather. The problem is they could have sorcery speed removal for the Flamebreather if I play it here. And if we lose the Flame Breather to turn 2 Edict, that's pretty awkward for us. I think I'll just play the Peat Bog and pass. And then next turn we'll have 5 mana, even more with Dark Ritual, and we'll just like go off. Okay, so tap tap, Flame Breather, Ritual, Morphose, Impulse. I think we have the mana for that. Yeah. Okay, we'll go red here. Cabal Ritual, interesting. So let's see here. We could go. I think we go Reckless Impulse first. No, we're supposed to go Cabal Ritual first, I think. Because if we Reckless Impulse first, then we use all of our mana. Alright, so we get something good with this. Ah, damn it. 2 lands. Brutal. That sucks. And there's the Chainer's Edict that we were worried about. Hey there, Weber. Have you seen this list before? Bon dia. Let's see. I guess we just play the Peat Bog, play the... Oh, playing the Star is a little bit awkward here. Maybe we just leave that in hand for now. Also, I think, like, opponent missed a land drop last turn, so I think they, like, kept that hand based on the Edict. Oh, you played some leagues with it yesterday. Fantastic. How did it do for you? How did it feel? By the way, everybody, if you're not aware already, Weber is another streamer here on Twitch, very talented Pauper player. If you enjoy the Pauper format, definitely I would recommend checking out his channel. I almost want to keep some of these lands in hand for Faithless Looting, you know? But the mana we get out of them is so much, like, on a go turn, it could be crucial. Okay, so the deck is very similar to what it used to be. Fair, fair. Not a bad draw, not a bad draw. I was really hoping to draw a spell there, to be honest. Alright. Hold these in hand for now in case we get Faithless Looting. Want to be able to trade these out for something. We're just passing back with 8 cards in hand. What do they have? Oh, a bunch of scary stuff. But, you know, as soon as they get to big mana, we're in big trouble. Yeah. I've drawn a ridiculous amount of lands. Like, to put this in context, we have, what is that, like 14 lands? 4 of these, 4 of these, 3 of these, 3 of these. So yeah, this was pretty weird in the sense that how many lands we drew. So this looks like, oh, I figured they were going to replay this out of the yard. They're going for Colossus instead, which is pretty good. I mean, Colossus into Muldrifter. That's going to close the game pretty quickly if I can't find some spells here. Another land off the top. No, we got a spell, but it's just a ritual here. So we could ritual, do them 2 damage. Not very attractive. Yes, we have 1 depletion counter on all of our lands. If we use any land, it's gone. So this is probably going to be the Chainer's Edict this turn, right? Fengren Marauder to start gaining life. Okay, that's terrifying. This might be our last chance. Yeah, sure, Bojuka Bog gets rid of my stuff. That's not a big issue. Really just need some draw spells here. Yeah, exactly, Handsome. Keeping the lands for looting. Damn it! Oh, so many lands! Screw Flood, Mulligan 2. Okay, so they're playing another Maelstrom Colossus into Muldrifter. Pretty good for the value, but letting me keep both of my creatures here? No, this is lethal attack, so they attack with everything I have to block with a creature anyways. I kind of like use Chainer's Edict, then attack all, and you get rid of both of my pingers that way. Yeah, because that's 14, is that right? 14 total? Okay. We're done this one. This is an interesting one. We have all black mana with an all red hand. Lotus Petal gets us 1 red mana. So we could like Lotus Petal, Rite of Flame. Might be able to do something with this hand. You think it's a trap? That's fair. I'm still learning like what hands are good, what hands are bad. Alright, so we have 5 mana total. It's enough for Impulse and Relay. Oh, not bad. Those Lotus Petals are really good. Let's relay for 8. Nice. Okay. Well, that's my hand emptied, so... we hit... It looks like only 2 lands. Nice. Found another Pinger. Found some Ritual. Okay, that was a pretty good relay. And yeah, that Galvanic Relay, drawing that was just like, as Weber said, the best possible draw. Really turned the hand from something that was going to get us into trouble into ridiculous. Alright, so we've got enough cards in the graveyard we can use Cabal Ritual. Wish this would stop changing sizes. Huh, just draw lands. Don't need those. Chromatic Star. Oops. Like that. Go red. Okay, should be good. That's all the spells we need. And Duress you. Should have actually used the Duress before we cast the Reckless Impulse from my hand. We could have gotten a little bit of information on what the opponent had in hand, but not a big deal. Let's bring in the 2 Gorilla Shaman. Funny, when we don't draw all lands, we do well. Yeah, we gotta get that mix of lands and spells, huh? Vault of Whispers. Okay, they got the Duress. They're going to see the Gorilla Shaman and take one of these 3 cards. Taking the Relay, which is our best card. Makes sense. Alright, I think we just play Mountain Pass. Next turn, we'll probably just kill this with Gorilla Shaman. Kill their Wellspring. It would cost 5 mana, but it's doable. Okay. Kind of like play Firebrand Archer, play Lotus Petal. So now they have 2 premium targets. They weren't able to remove this last turn. So I feel a little bit more comfortable putting the Firebrand Archer out. Ooh, double Disciple of the Vault. So we're going to start taking quite a bit of damage here too. Every time they lose an artifact. Red mana, do you have a kill spell for one of our creatures? Kill spell would be pretty bad. It looks like they don't. They miss on kill spell. Okay. Another Lotus Petal. Interesting. 1, 2. Got a lot of stuff here to do. We could definitely, like, try to go off here. We could also just, like, cut off their mana again. So we could play, like, Lotus Petal, Star, and then just kill this. And it might be better to leave the Petal for a Storm turn. That's a pretty good one. Remember, we take 2 damage whenever we crack these petals. It's a reminder for me. Probably cracking the Terrarian here. Oh, they're using a Deadly Dispute on the Terrarian. So this puts us to 8. This puts us to 6, 4, 2. And Night's Whisper kills us. Sandstone Needle. So we can crack this one, and then we have to stop cracking artifacts, and this is going to kill us. I think we have to go for it this turn, though. They're just going to, like, drop a Tog next turn and kill us with these 2 Disciples. Hey there, Clamigo. Maybe Weather the Storm is a good call? Maybe. I like that draw. Okay. That's not very good. Guess we're dead. And, like, by just looking at the way that game ended up turning out, like, Fiery Cannonade looked like it would have been a good card there. But do we really want to bring Fiery Cannonade in versus Affinity? Not really. And I'm wondering about that Weather the Storm. Like, it looked like Weather the Storm would have been good there, but would it? Like, it would have bought us a little bit of time. But I think that might be a trap. I'm not sure. So I'm going to start with Sandstone Needle. Turn 2 will play Peat Bog. I'm kind of leaning towards just playing the Flame Breather immediately on turn 2. Because it's actually fairly difficult for Affinity to kill this immediately. They have Galv Blast, but, they need 3 artifacts on turn 2 to Galv Blast this. Which is not the easiest thing. Okay. Not bad. So we play this, crack it, and that puts us to 7, so we can Cabal Ritual. Um, We could play... Yeah, we play the Archer. We have 2 mana left. And then we Cabal Ritual. We have 3 mana. Play the Star. We have 2 mana. I don't think we can play everything if we play the Archer first. I think we have to play the Star first. Yeah, but we're storming, right? Like, if we don't play all the things, then we don't use our storm. Play this, use black. We're at 2 black. Cycle this, red. We're at 1 black, 2 red. And then the Cabal Ritual uses 1 of our red mana, so we're still not able to do everything. Okay, so Archer, 2 mana left. Ritual, go up to 3. Play the Star, go down to 2, and we don't have enough mana for Relay. Yeah, it kind of seems like no Archer this turn. Unfortunate. All right. Big Relay. Only 1 land. Oops, I was supposed to attack there, and I didn't. Damn it. They should be at 12. That's something that I kind of forgot about because, like, we're not generally using our combat step, but we had the opportunity to get 1 damage in there. Let's hope that doesn't punish us. We should have, I think, lethal here if we had got that 1 point in before. We can play Firebrand Archer and then Chromatic Star. Could play Night's Whisper. Could play Chromatic Star, draw a card. Really? Okay, so we have Faithless Looting here in the graveyard, so I think that locks it up, actually, if we get our turn back. I guess they could play another blocker. They could Galvblast one of our pingers. No, okay, they're going to concede, which gives us the match. Nice. Not a huge fan of this hand. Like, we have lands and spells, but we don't have relay, we don't have a pinger. And we only have red mana, and like I want a Nice Whisper. But we do have turn 2 Star Whisper. Are we fighting against Tron again? Weber says good hand. I'm inclined to listen. Alright, so guaranteed Tron. Figured from the lands that that's what we were fighting against. Alright, we don't have a lot of card draw here. We only have 2 cards to draw. But Parallax is tapping down here. So it looks like this is going to be a pretty good opportunity to cast some spells, I think. Let's see what we draw. Cabal Ritual, so no end of mana. We just don't have the other stuff we need. Unfortunate. Too bad. Now we just have all mana. And nothing to do with it. And they have Tron. Ooh, Dinrova Horror. Come on, anything. Okay. Now we found all of our pingers. Found a little bit of mana, but no card draw. And we just have to pass the turn back. Octal Disco. Now, it's not a wizard hat. It's a little bit out of season. But this is going to be the last stream we see the holiday hat. Why would you say that, Weber? Ah. Economic Wall goes get Ephemerate. Then they're able to Ephemerate the Dinrova Horror on the on my draw step. Okay. So they're letting me play stuff out at least. Ellystone, thanks for the follow, friend. Yo, yo. Oh, they just have another removal spell here? Get out of town. Ephemerate on the Dinrova Horror makes sense. So they can return the Flamebreather here. Make me discard the Relay. I guess I can draw another card in response. Okay. Unfortunately, they're going to get rid of all my lands. But I hit a few Lotus Petals there. 3 Lotus Petals. Alright, so they start with Ephemerate on Mnemonic Wall. And go get Ephemerate. I can actually just hit F6 here. I have no cards in hand, no tricks, no point in me making it look like I'm holding anything up because I have nothing to hold. All of my cards that I'm interested in are over here in exile. Also, interestingly enough, I only have 16 cards left in my library. So I think you probably, what? Dinrova, get rid of my creatures. Probably attack first. Another Mnemonic Wall. Grabbing Cast Down. So yeah, they can start killing my creatures. Ephemerate the Mnemonic Wall again. Going for Cannonade this time. And immediately casting the Cannonade. Get in for 4, and this is basically our last turn. Okay, we get a land we can get some mana out of. Interesting. So we have 4 mana total. We only have access to a single red, but we also have the Lotus Petals, which are pretty good. Start out with one of these. And on that, play Manamorphose. I guess we make red-black. Not a good draw. If we go Cabal Ritual, we can play Night's Whisper, Night's Whisper. And then we only need 1 more spell to win. Damn it, need red mana. Come on! Nice! Oh, we don't have the mana to cast it. Damn! So close. We're just off by 1. We didn't have enough red mana. Didn't have enough any mana. If we had drawn this Cabal Ritual off of the first, no point in worrying about that. I guess there's nothing we can do. We just have to pass the turn now, huh? Close. Real close. Looks like we should be able to survive for a turn. The question is, what's going to be left? I'm wondering what, like, Vessel of Volatility is okay, but we have access to a 3 mana spell that makes 5 red mana, so it might be better to just play that. Used up a lot of my clock on the, I mean, yeah, we are prepping turn by turn. I just think that the, 3 mana ritual is more mana efficient, and, if we were going in that direction, that's probably the spell that we would want to choose in that slot. Oh, Ghostly Flicker? That's a jerk. Oh, no way! We actually managed to win this game somehow. That's so cool. No, and you could be right as well. I am far from the expert on these types of lists. Kind of interested in Pyroblast here. Being able to counter the Dinrova Horror could come in handy. One of the problem is I'm just really not very familiar with Tron. It's the deck that I like the least in Pauper, so I don't spend a lot of time thinking about it, and we don't see it very much anymore. Although I think we've run it into this is like the second time we run into it this league. Yep, I was playing Songs of the Damned on Thursday when I played the cycling combo. Hey, Slayer. Thanks for popping in. Cute emotes. Oh, the cycling deck definitely got a lot better with the new scab that was released with the latest set. I'm just really unsure on the sideboarding. Like, at least Pyroblast can be cast, even if there's no targets. Which makes it way better than Red Elemental Blast in this deck. Hmm, kind of tricky. I'm not too sure the card name off the top of my head. I think it's called Repository Scab. Yeah, Repository Scab. Huge get for the cycling deck. And yeah, it sacrifices itself, which means it puts itself in the graveyard, which is really good. Well, now we're kind of screwed for lands. If I use this Peat Bog, then I have no lands for next turn. And if they have counter magic, like if they counter my Chromatic Star or my Manamorphose, I'm in huge trouble. I think I can wait a turn? I don't know. Creatures. Relay. Mana. This kind of mana and draw. Oh, that's brutal. Uh-oh. We're in trouble. Oops. Shoot. Can I undo that? Oh, I think I hit black. I wanted to hit red. Damn it. Misclick, and that just threw the whole turn into a big risk into now I can do nothing. Because I intended on going Rite of Flame, Manamorphose, Night's Whisper. We had a ton of draws there. We were maybe be able to find something, and now everything's scuffed. That's embarrassing. Oh well, that's one of the problems with Moto that you're not going to run into with Paper Magic. Is what it is. Kind of think we should actually just scoop them up to save on time here. Because, like, look at the opponent's resources. They're not going to let us win. So we would have found land. Because we had a lot of draws there. Manamorphose, Night's Whisper, that's 3 draws. So yeah, we would have found Relay, Peat Bog, Relay. That's embarrassing. Alright, yeah, I'm happy with keeping the Pyroblasts. We know they're running counter magic. Easy mole. We'll keep this one. Get rid of Faithless, I think. Could play Dark Ritual first, and then play Flamebreather, Night's Whisper. Or we could just wait until next turn and try and make a relay. Let's wait and see if we can get the extra mana. No, Hydroblast immediately. Oh, that sucks. Alright, looks like we're making a relay next turn. Alright. Got a ton of cards to... We got just like so much access to cards next turn. And we drew an untapped middle land. Very nice. All right, let's expand this a little bit. All right, let's put it there. Play this first. Oh, they have cast down, which we can't counter with the Pyroblast. All right. Let's get some points off of it anyways. Get another Cabal Ritual. Let's get another point out of it. Okay, now we have to let that resolve. I guess we could, like, Pyroblast, hit nothing. Not too into that. Start with Reckless Impulse. So we got Rite of Flame and what? Lotus Petal? Okay. Cast a couple Night's Whispers. Don't find a pinger. So we're just setting up for a big relay. What's a storm count currently? 9? Nice. Good draw. Okay, so that was the difference between Pyroblast and Red Elemental Blast right there. Okay, so we've already played our lands. We can't play another land for turn, so it's just go. Got a ton of stuff to do next turn. Got a ton of mana. Got another untapped land here. Unfortunately, we don't have any counter magic. Alright, so we'll play the Swamp. Play the Archer. Start ritualing. Let's go for Night's Whisper here, draw some cards. Oh, good, we find another pinger, put that down. Let's go... Okay, opponent scoops him up. We had the combo ready to go, and they didn't want to waste their time as I slowly click through it. And that puts us at 3-2 for the league. Very nice. 3-2, our first time playing the new Storm deck. Alright, so here's the deck that I was playing with today. It looks very familiar to anyone that was playing during the era of Chatterstorm. And it worked pretty much the same as the Chatterstorm deck did. On, you know, those turns where you're able to just do your thing, it's nuts. You can just win out of nowhere. But I found a lot of the time I was struggling with my lands, either not having enough or having too many. And yeah, I definitely like to try and build this deck again as an Is-It deck. So maybe we'll see that video in the future. Yeah, that's it for today.